Before we go ahead with the detailing of the floor finishes, let's start by preparing the file for this new stage on Module 7. So the first thing you want to do is go to File and Project Info. And then let's change the current project number from M5 to M7. And that's going to get all the drawings and export with the correct naming convention. Next thing you want to do is set up a view to start working with this. So let's go to your view map and into Module 7, Unit 1, Session 1, Detail Floor Finishes. And let's save this view, the one from ground floor, just a copy of it, down to this folder. Now, let's get into the settings of that particular view, and let's change the layer combination from drafting to plans architectural. And let's click on OK. So double click on that. And now let's fix a couple of things we need in order to work with this cleanly. Let's go into the layer combinations down here and make sure that you have selected the plans architectural on the left. And then let's go to the right-hand side into your layer folders, click on Design and Architectural, and let's make sure the ceilings are not shown. So you can do two things. You can hide it from here and then later on simply update. Or, like in the other case, let's go to the structural folder and select the beams layer and then hide it from the left-hand side panel, in which case you don't need to update the layer combination. So for now, we just need to hide those two, and let's go and click on OK. Now we're going to be working nicely and cleanly over the floor finishes we have in this level. Let's start with the ground floor. One of the objectives of this module is to get the model ready for both pre-construction and final delivery. And in that order, we're going to have to detail those floor finishes, but also get the model fit for purpose for the delivery of a COBie dataset. So that means, among other things, that every single space should have their own elements. So let's start by splitting the current floor finish, which we have as a single slab, as a flooring slab, as you remember. So it is a classified flooring slab that covers the finishes in here. I'm going to split that at least into 4 different pieces. One for the corridor that goes through the stair exit, one for the hall, one for the general access area, and one for the cafe. So let's start by splitting the one on the hall right here. Right about there. Let's zoom into this area here and now click on the edge of the slab, either on the node or one of the edges, and select the subtract option from the pet palette. So let's click on that and simply add a rectangle. It doesn't matter how big it is, we're going to adjust that just now. Now, before we adjust these edges, let's go all the way down to this area and let's repeat. Let's simply subtract a rectangle from that. Now that we have 2 separate pieces, one here and one on the open space, we can then adjust these edges, not risking the slabs getting bundled together again. So let's correct this edge and drive it all the way back to the original edge. So now we have division in 2 separate slabs. Let's go ahead and do the same up here. Like so. So now we have 1 slab for the open space, 1 slab for the circulation hole. Now let's divide this one here. Exactly same operation. Add a subtraction right about there, and then adjust the edges. Like so. And finally, let's add one more here where the cafe will be located. So this one, you can simply subtract an area around here. Let's say around that corridor right there. And another one right about here. There you go. So now we just need to adjust this side and match it to the other ones. The important thing is to have separate elements for the different spaces we have in there.